Message templates are a great way to speed up the process of creating your campaign messages in Horizon. So let's take a look at how they can be used. So I'm going to go into the content area of Horizon, and here I can see all of my existing message content, so messages I can add to my campaigns. I'm going to create a reusable template as a starting point for future messages. So here I can see the templates I have already, one for my newsletters, one for my auto response emails. I'm going to add a new message template, in this case for business continuity messages. So let's give it a name, business continuity message, and I'm going to tag both my opt-in categories because this message is going to be applicable to everyone across my database. And I'm going to select the email media type. So I can do all the things I could regularly do if creating an email from scratch. So I can create the friendly sender name, so the name of my business, Crease Jeans. I can select the subject line for it, so this is going to be urgent message, please read. And I can select a layout. So let's select my Crease Jeans campaign layout for this email. Okay, so here we go, here's my layout. So I can start adding some template content to this message template. So let's select a heading here, a nice color, and say urgent message. And let's start adding some content to this. So we'll personalize it to the recipient. And we'll say something like, please report to Dave at the muster point. Something urgent needs your attention. Okay, so I can save that out now. Let's just synchronize that content across the plain text version of my email too. There we go. So I can save that template down to Horizon. So I can use this now as a starting point for future messages. So there we go, it's saved. So if I was to go back and create some new message content now, I could start with a template. So let's select a template, my business continuity message template. And so Horizon now has automatically given my message content a draft name. It's selected the opt-in categories that are appropriate. It's pre-populated the sender name, the subject line, and the content for my email message. So that's great. That's a really good way to start off creating a new message from a template to really speed up the process and make it more consistent. So one other thing I want to show you with templates, which is very powerful, is how we can add placeholders to those templates. So let me go back into my template here. And this is a business continuity scenario. So my business continuity team are going to probably be under a little bit of pressure to get this message out quickly and accurately. So here's a useful thing we could do. So rather than them having to go in and edit the message, having created it from the template to add the person that all your guys need to report to, we could add a placeholder. So on our template we have a new icon here, which if I click that, it gives me the ability to add a placeholder. So person to report to. Let's add that placeholder. And for the muster point, again, that might change from one message to the next, so let's make sure that our team remember to tell the recipients what the muster point is going to be. So again, we'll add a placeholder now for the muster point. Okay, so now I've added those placeholders. Let me just again synchronize that across to my plain text version, and we'll resave that template. So what we now have is a message template which contains the styling I want, it's got the regular content, and it's got two placeholders. Let's see how that works in practice. So I'll add a new piece of message content. I'll again choose my business continuity template. So the first thing that Horizon now does is it brought up this two prompts now to ask me to very easily type in these two key pieces of information. So we'll add here Frank Jones as a person to report to, and we'll select the muster point as being, let's say, grassy area outside building B, and let's click create message. So what Horizon's now done, again, it's given the name, the opt-in categories and everything else as we did before. But now what it's done is to splice in that placeholder content, Frank Jones, and the muster point into that message. So again, it's in a very quick, simple way prompted the user to add those key pieces of message without them having to manually go in and edit that message. So there we go, message templates.